Hello my friends! Welcome to this new lonely, hardcore adventure. I wanted to give myself a little challenge and hopefully we don't end up despawning sooner rather than later. So before I can explain everything that's going on, let me just make my way to safety inside this nice little house. Alright, much better. I wanted to try a little challenge, and because superflat always fascinated me, I really wanted to try a superflat challenge. But regular superflat has been done so many times that I figured why not make it a little different by changing the biome to a desert biome. And this one here is the desert preset of the superflat world creation, which means that not only are we in a desert, but instead of there being 3 blocks and then bedrock underneath this sand, as you can see it stretches out all the way down to I-64. There are absolutely no caves, so if anything this is gonna add some interesting gameplay. Well my friends, without any further ado, let's get started and see what we find. And before I forget, if you like this series, it would mean the world to me if you subscribe. I post videos like this every single week and I'm trying to create a nice little place where we can all be lonely together. So hey, hit the subscribe button, the notifications, like the video if you do, and now we can begin. First thing I really want to do is collect some food, because these little slimes have a high chance of being the death of me, and I really don't want that to happen. So let's collect all of the hay bales that we find around the village, and why not some slime as well. And now let's explore the houses, one by one, to see if there's anything interesting inside any of the chests. Oh, and I also want to grab myself a bed to sleep away the nights, because as you may know, in Superflat there are a ton of mobs that spawn in at night. Oh yes, a beautiful library. But before collecting anything here, I want to see if there's a blacksmith so we can get some basic tools. Here's a crafting table and a second librarian, and I just realized that I also should probably grab these chests, because as I was exploring this idea in another world, I realized that the only thing missing was the wood. So it's gonna be very hard to make our basic tools like we usually do. But let's grab a couple more things inside of this village, and wow, that's a lot of villagers. And now we can make our way towards a bigger village. Try my best to avoid all of these limes that hit very hard, especially without armor. Oh, and another thing that actually spawns around here are some lava pools, which are gonna be so useful when we wanna get to the nether. But hopefully inside of this village there's gonna be a blacksmith. The sun is setting, so let's look inside some of these houses, see if we find something interesting, and go to sleep very soon. Oh, here's a cartography table and some torches, which are probably gonna come in very handy. And now we can finally sleep our first night and continue gathering. And I think on top of these towers there should be a chest. Yeah, right here. So let's grab it and we can make our way back down. And this looks so cool. I don't think I've ever seen a desert village like this. I love how the houses are connected together. Another chest with a stone mason. Unfortunately I can't yet steal the stone cutter, so we really have to find a blacksmith somewhere around the village. A fletching table, which I don't think I need right now. So let's just grab the hay bales. Alright, and we got rid of our first slime, but still many hay bales together. And although this would go much faster if we had some basic tools, I'm actually extremely happy that we will not have to worry about food anytime soon. Oh, and I didn't even realize, but there's actually pigs around here. So I really wonder if we're gonna find 2 cows, and maybe even some horses, to make it much easier to go around. Let's go up this tower to get the chest up top. There it is. And now making our way back down, grab some more hay bales. This should be plenty, and we can go explore some more villages. Oh yes, there we go, a blacksmith right here. Let's see if there's anything good. Oh wow, so much obsidian, some handy armor and a sword, and I had absolutely no idea, but we can also grab some saplings. So you know what? Because this village was so kind to us, let's go ahead and set up a tiny base right here, grow some trees and make some basic tools, so we can tackle every hardship in the future. And I think I'm gonna commandeer this blacksmith house, place some chests down, where we can put all of our items, and although I'm gonna need it later, I wanna get rid of this lava, so that it doesn't burn anything down. And I'm also gonna need the cobblestone to make the basic tool. And now using some of this dirt, we can plant some trees right here, and as we wait for them to grow, let's explore a little bit more of this village. I'm so happy to see so many crops around. It's really gonna help in the future. And the only thing that I would really like right now, on top of everything that we already have, is just another blacksmith, so that we can gather even more tools and get ready for what's to come. But now let's go to sleep our second night and keep exploring and apparently fighting. And I really do not think that slime is gonna be an issue in this super flat world. And before I forget, I also wanna equip this armor just to be a little more safe. And honestly, I'm so excited for these trees, because as I said before, during my first gameplay, when I was just exploring if this was even possible, I did not find any saplings whatsoever. So the fact that we do have access to oak and all the awesome things that we can make with it, well, it's gonna make this run so much nicer. Well, we do have 2 gold, so why don't you see if we can find some sticks, place down our crafting table, and make a golden hoe, just to make it much faster to gather these hay bales. And yes, my friends, 1 tree has grown, so let's take all of the oak that we can, make some oak planks, a pickaxe, and now we can grab all of this stone to reach the stone age. Now we'll have to get some more sticks, and wow, poor golem. He really has a lot of work to do. And I also want to protect my tree farm from slimes, so that I can gather all of the oak saplings that drop. Well, as they keep dropping, let's make a stone pickaxe to get an upgrade, and keep gathering all of this stone. Alright, there we go, that was the last one. And as we collect more saplings, one more tree has grown. So this time we can actually make a stone axe, rearrange our inventory a little bit, and keep gathering material. And I also don't want to forget to plant the saplings back, so that we have a constant supply of wood. Get some more dirt to expand this tree farm a little bit, and plant even more saplings. And as I fight these slimes, I really have to be careful not to hit any of the villagers, because I really don't want to anger the golem. Alright, just a couple more saplings to go, and the tree farm is completely full. And yes, these slimes hit so hard. Well, let's make some wheat, and some bread, and some more basic tools, so that we can pick a direction. I think right here should do, and look for even more villages, and probably more blacksmiths, because they really are our best bet now. We're gonna write down the coordinates of this village, take a bed, probably should go to sleep as well, and now we can make our way forward. And although I'm very reluctant, I really wanna see what's inside this pyramid. So let's go check inside, and see if this is a terrible idea. There don't seem to be any mobs. I'm gonna make my way down. Alright, everything's good for now. So let's mine down, and see if we find some good loot. Break this pressure plate, so we don't set off the TNT, and now we can break the chests one by one. Oh yes, we got some iron. And before checking what we have, I wanna grab all of this TNT, cause who knows, it might actually come in very handy in the future. Alright, now we can make our way out, hope there's no creepers, and check everything that we have. Some depth strider and some piercing enchantment books, which are not really handy unfortunately, seeing that we are surrounded by desert. But we have some emeralds, a golden apple, some gunpowder and a saddle, which is gonna be so useful if we find a horse. Finally some iron, but unfortunately nothing else that for now I think is gonna be useful. So seeing as our village is over this direction, let's keep going forward right here. Little snack break, and let's keep going. And I must admit, I really hope that villages would be a lot more frequent. There's another pyramid, so because our last expedition went so well, let's see what we can find. And right next to the pyramid, another beautiful village. But first, making our way towards the pyramid, let's make our way up, check for mobs once more. There's a skeleton, so let's see if we can fight it. Wow, it hits so hard. Is it the only mob that's down there? Yes, it does look like it. So my friends, I'm gonna go ahead and jump in and see if we can fight. There we go. Now I wanna gather my strengths by eating some bread, and as everything seems clear, let's make our way down, destroying the pressure plate as usual, destroying the chests, and finding diamonds, and of course I wanna grab all of this TNT, so we can make our way back up. Oh yes, 1 diamond and more saddles, and a protection 4 book, which unfortunately I cannot use right now, but it's probably gonna be the first thing that I put on our chest plate when we find one. So with this handy loot, let's make our way towards this village, and hope that it has a blacksmith. Oh yes, a handy blast furnace, and another one, some sheep, one unfortunately passed away, probably spawned too close to this hay bale. Let me just grab the meat, which could come in quite handy later. Oh wow, and a ton of barrels, which I really love for decoration and storage. So let's grab as many as we can. And now that we have an axe, let's grab all of these books and this lectern, so that we'll be able to work on an enchanting setup in the future. And although I would really love there to be a blacksmith, unfortunately it doesn't seem like it. So let's sleep the night, I guess also get rid of the sheep, and go towards this pyramid and this village. Oh wow, and this pyramid spawned right next to lava lake, which means I'm quite scared for the TNT. But let's just check inside. 2 skeletons is a little bit much for me, so let's bring them outside and see if they're willing to fight in the open. It doesn't look like it, unfortunately. And there's also a creeper, so yeah, let's leave the desert pyramid for another time. And will this village have a blacksmith? Well, no blacksmith unfortunately, so all we can do is keep going. Before I leave, I wanna grab this crafting table, just in case we find enough items to craft the tools that we need. And that's a bucket and a shield. And the further I go this direction, the further I'll have to walk to get back home. So hopefully we'll find what we need in less than 10,000 blocks. Another pyramid, so hopefully a village somewhere around it. And it's so nice to see these limes having trouble with the cacti. Unfortunately no village yet. I'm gonna try and increase the render distance even more. And yes, there we go. Another beautiful village, and this one looks so big. And right beside it another one. I'm so excited to see what we find. Another thing that I noticed as I was testing this world was that these lava pools don't only have stone around them, which is gonna be so useful, but they also have a chance of spawning random blocks, like tuff and some ores. I remember as I was testing I found some redstone and iron, with some lapis lazuli, and even some coal. So once we get a bucket, I think it's gonna be very nice to empty one of them to see what we find. But for now, let's focus on task 1. Oh look, here's some redstone, which is to find the blacksmith. Another blast furnace, which at this point I don't really know why I'm collecting, because there are rarely any ores around here, but I guess for decoration. But still no blacksmith, my friend. So let's try our luck with this neighboring village. Alright, here we are, some handy chests, with a stone cutter that we can actually collect. But guess what, my friends? That's right, still no blacksmith. So let's keep going. Alright, the sun is setting, so we should probably sleep the night while on the lookout for monsters. Beautiful. And here's yet another village, which also looks pretty big. Oh wow, and I had no idea raids could spawn in the desert. Let's try to avoid them because I really don't want any trouble right now, and we're not equipped to fight them. But it's very good to know that if we want, we can actually grab a handy totem. Alright, so close to the village, we can look around for what we need, and if we do not find it, we do not have to worry, because there's another village right here, and another one right there. One more sheep, and sugarcane, which is yet another thing that I had no idea we could come across. So we finally have an infinite source of paper. All that we need is an infinite source of leather. Alright, and because I didn't see any blacksmiths around, let's make our way to this village, and then that one, and see what we find. Alright, at the village, please have a blacksmith somewhere, and not a house on fire. Finally 2 sheep, but we're very far to get them home. But unfortunately, no blacksmith here as well. So let's keep going. And I do believe that the early game of this superflat is gonna be quite repetitive, just because we have so many materials to gather, and not a lot of place to gather them from. But I really look forward to all of the beautiful things that we're gonna build as soon as we get the items necessary. Alright, that was the village I literally just came from. So let's go to this one. I have no idea what's up with these lava pools spawning inside of the villages. But hey, let's take a good look around. And here's quite a lot of dirt, which you should probably grab to expand our tree farm. Somewhere right here. But with this lack of blacksmiths, let's keep going. And we nearly successfully traveled 3000 blocks. But now that the sun is setting, let's take a quick nap and keep going forward. And my hope right now, aside from the blacksmith, is to find a lonely horse that we can bring back home. No luck unfortunately for the blacksmith, so let's grab some dirt and keep going. Alright, here we are. And finally, here's a blacksmith. Let's see if it has anything interesting. Some more iron, some apples and obsidian. I think I'm gonna leave this piercing and depth strider book inside the chest, get the obsidian and the apples, because we already have the iron boots. And with this 5 iron, we can finally craft a bucket that we can use to pick up this lava. And I would love to make my way back home, so that we can build a little cobblestone generator and start making our home village the best lonely hardcore village in this world. This is gonna take some time, so I'll see you when we get there. Oh yes, finally here's our village in the distance, so time to make our way to it, leave everything that we do not need inside of this chest, and now with this lava bucket, it's time to make a cobblestone generator. So in the middle of the village, let's dig a little hole, just like so, where we can put the lava, the water right here, and now it should be converted into cobblestone. Beautiful, just like that. There's definitely much better designs out there, but I think this is as simple as it gets. So let's grab our pickaxe and start getting a ton of cobblestone. Beautiful, this should be plenty, because next episode, we're gonna make this village so much safer by building a huge wall around it, and of course preventing slime to spawn. This is gonna allow us to easily create an iron farm and also a mob spawner. Oh wow, my friends, I have so many ideas for this little series, and I would love to know what you think about it. What would you like me to do or to build? Any challenges that you would like to give me? And of course, any names that you would like me to assign, once I get the items to do so, of course. So well, I'm gonna have to end the first episode right here, but I look forward to see you in our next episode. So thank you very much for watching. And of course, it's my YouTuber duty to let you know that if you wanna support the channel financially, I'll have some useful links in the description. And if you like this video, go ahead and subscribe, so we can all be lonely together. My name is Lonely, and I will see you very, very soon. Bye bye.